Hello, pediatric surgery family. I'm Gootee, a research fellow from Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. And today, our team is going to deliver the articles that you should know about. We have 3 papers today. 2 of them are from the Journal of Pediatric Surgery, and the last one is from the Journal of Trauma and Acute Care Surgery. We don't have much time, so let's start. Our first paper, titled Hirschsprung-associated inflammatory bowel disease, a multicenter study from the APSA Hirschsprung disease interest by Choledochal et al. This paper is summarized by Cecilia Hihena. She's a research fellow at Cincinnati Children's Hospital.
This is a retrospective study that gathered patients through 2000 to 2021 at 17 institutions. And their aim was to identify potential risk factors for IBD symptoms in Hirschsprung patients. They gathered 55 patients, and 50% of them had lung segment disease. Also, 68% got Hirschsprung-associated enterocolitis, and 10% got trisomy 21. So it seems that lung segment disease, Hirschsprung-associated enterocolitis, and trisomy 21 can be potential risk factors for IBD-like symptoms in Hirschsprung patients after pull-through.
Amazing! Our second paper is Outcomes of Laparoscopic versus Open Resection of Pediatric Choledochal Cyst by Ramsey et al. And this paper is summarized by Ellen Cisco. She was a research fellow at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and as of July, she's back to being a general surgery resident at Mayo Clinic.
The authors of this study wanted to compare the outcomes for open versus laparoscopic resection of choledochal cysts in pediatric patients. They used the nationwide readmissions database and identified 577 children who underwent choledochal cyst resection between 2016 and 2018. They found that the majority of these patients underwent open resection, and that the patients who underwent open resection were more likely to have a Roux-en-Y hepaticojejunostomy, while the patients who underwent laparoscopic resection were more likely to have a hepaticoduodenostomy. They also found that the patients who underwent open resection were more likely to have a longer length of hospital stay, more complications, and higher total costs.
Let's now move to the last paper of the day. Isolated low-grade solid organ injuries in children following blunt abdominal trauma. Is it time to consider discharge from the emergency department? By Plumley et al. This one is again summarized by Cecilia Hihena. She's a research fellow at Cincinnati Children's Hospital.
This is a retrospective study done in South Carolina, and they wanted to see if every isolated solid organ injury after an abdominal blunt trauma can be discharged from the ED. They gathered 262 patients with isolated solid organ injuries grades 1 to 3. 148 patients had solid organ injuries grades 1 or 2, and none of them required an acute intervention. From the 114 patients with grades 3 injuries, only 3 patients that require an acute intervention. So it seems that isolated solid organ injuries after a blunt abdominal trauma, grades 1 or 2, can be discharged from the ED.
Thank you for listening. Please check the link in the description below to read each paper. We hope you liked this episode. Please follow StayCurrent MD on social media, give us a rating, and subscribe to YouTube channel. And don't forget to download the StayCurrent app on the App Store or Play Store for tons of content.